What up, YouTube? Rich the Return Rider coming to you from High Springs, Florida here. And we are out for some throttle therapy. Coming back from Gainesville area, folks. And we are going to have a little conversation about why I think the wing is still king. Now, it's been a couple of weeks we've been back from Daytona. Well, first of all, for all you folks that's here for the first time, thanks for tuning in. For all you folks that's return viewers, I appreciate you coming back. For all that subscribe to the channel, guys, appreciate the support. For you folks that haven't yet subscribed, guys, it takes nothing off you to hit that subscribe button so we could continue to bring you some of this content. Let's get this video rolling here, guys. Starting out with a little bit of a U-turn. A little bit of emergency braking. Get acclimated to the controls. Well, let's talk about it, guys. A couple of weeks back here from Daytona, I did a video where I talk about the Indian Challenger, or the Indian, bringing the most technology, innovation, and all kind of stuff to Daytona for 2025. I believe they were the best bang for the buck. Someone reached out to me recently and said, hey man, when are you buying your Indian Challenger? And as I thought about it, guys, I said, hey, all the finances to own multiple motorcycles, the Challenger was there to be had. I would definitely purchase myself an Indian Challenger. Thank you. But at the end of the day, folks, it won't be replacing the wing. Because you see, Rich still believe that the wing is king. Now, I've been out recently there riding with a co-worker of mine, Dave, and his wife, as we got out for some throttle therapy, guys, and did some dining. If you guys are ever in the Brantford area, you might want to check out this little Italian place called Our Place. I've been there a couple of times, guys, and the food have always been pretty good. Now, you know, guys, I keep it simple to a chicken Alfredo. If you're watching this video, Dave, don't laugh about it. Can't go wrong with a chicken Alfredo at an Italian joint. But as Dave and I talk about the different motorcycles, let's flex the muscle here a little bit on Ruby. And as you can see, Dave and the wife there on his beautiful 2021 Harley Davidson with his stage 2 kit and that beautiful exhaust. Beautiful color of that bike there. He test rode the Indian and the different motorcycles. And I still think the Honda Goldwing is king. And I know Dave will beg to differ. But at the end of the day, folks, what I encourage you folks that ride V-twins, including Dave, to get out and do is to take a test ride on the Honda Goldwing, and more specifically, the DCT Honda Goldwing. Now, this is going on the fourth year of me owning the 2019 Honda Goldwing. Beautiful, sexy, touring-like motorcycle. For all the folks that say, yeah, it's an old man's motorcycle. When you look at the design of this motorcycle, guys, there's none of the motorcycles that are sexier and more aerodynamic and more of a sportier look than the Honda Goldwing. But let's talk about it, guys. Going on 4 years now of owning the Honda Goldwing. I always use Daytona Bike Week as kind of the anniversary of me picking up old Ruby here. I bought Ruby in 2021, the week before Daytona. And the only regret so far, folks, is that I didn't purchase the 2021 with the bigger trunk. While I was at Daytona, guys, there was a gentleman there that was doing the displays, and a Honda rep that's been working with Honda from 1988. And as he talked about the history of the Honda Goldwing, started with the 1975 naked bike right there, 1,000 cc's. Moving on to the 1100 and 1200 interstate Aspencade. One of the things that they discussed was all of the technology and the innovation that went into the different models and the different years of the Honda Goldwing. When that 1500 came about with flat 6 boxer Porsche-like engine, It was a big deal to the touring motorcycle industry. I'm not going to go down all the history of it, guys, but one of the things that someone suggested when I was there to do is to go and look up the history of the motorcycles, the Honda Goldwing. And the video that he sent me to was called The Birth of the King of Kings. The other one that I watched that was quite informative with all the breakdowns of the Honda Goldwing and what makes this motorcycle what it is today is another one called How the Honda Goldwing Became the Winnebago of Motorcycles. For any of you folks that's watching this video that's interested in the Honda Goldwing, man, go check those videos out. See what has gone into making this motorcycle what it is today. See, I think Honda has gone where no other manufacturer has gone before in designing this motorcycle. Airbag model, dual clutch transmission. Guys, don't knock it until you try it. We got heated grips, we got heated seats. The passenger control, they all climate control in the back of the motorcycle. We've got reverse for this heavy motorcycle. Over the years, the motorcycle continued to get heavier and heavier. And I think in the history, it was explained that that was designed more for the weight of the motorcycle and for the comfort of the pillion to the back of the motorcycle. See, when it comes to a touring motorcycle, the Honda Goldwing is still king. For all of you folks out there that have other brands of motorcycles and have a Honda Goldwing like I do, I own a 2012 Suzuki Boulevard M109 that's now in my garage collecting dust, because I find the Honda Goldwing is more multi-purpose than having that motorcycle or using that motorcycle. So I asked you guys in the comment section, how many of you guys have the Goldwing along with the other motorcycle, and do you ride the Goldwing just for distances? Or do you neglect that other motorcycle? For the folks out there that has gone from their Goldwings to other brand of motorcycle, listed in the comment section below as to why. And vice versa for you guys that have sold other motorcycles and came to the Goldwing. You see, I watch a video with a gentleman that I watch on Fridays by the name of MC Rider is the name of his channel. His name is Kevin. And as he talked about going from his 2018 Honda Goldwing DCT to an Indian Challenger. And he did a video of describing the Indian between the Harley Davidson and the Goldwing and how he wanted that V-twin American muscle feeling without having the shakes of the Harley Davidson. Very well and elegantly explained. You know, one of the content creators, another content creator put it better when he said, the Indian is as if Harley Davidson and the Honda Goldwing had a baby, and the result of that was the Indian Challenger or the Indian Pursuit. Doesn't vibrate as much as the Harley Davidson, not as smooth as the Honda Goldwing, but gives you a little bit more character. And that was what the Indian did for him. Folks, go out, test ride the Honda Goldwing. Give an honest opinion of what you think of this motorcycle. When I look at the video again, I see all the technology and stuff that went into this motorcycle that make it as smooth, as fast, and as comfortable as it is. I've always complained about the foot position on the motorcycle and how it wasn't as relaxed with the forward controls of like the Harley Davidsons and the Indian, but I gotta be honest with you folks, with your feet right under you, there's more comfort for a guy like me that's 5'9" or 5'10", and it also feels like it gives me a little bit more control of the motorcycle. Is that what Honda was aiming for when it comes to reliability, folks? Now we know that there's been some issues here with the Generation 6 Honda Goldwing, that recall on the bolt, recall on the fuel pump. I was always told never to buy the first generations of any model of vehicles that come out. This is the 2019, it came out in 2018. The 2024 and the 2025 haven't suffered some of the recalls that the earlier generation have. But I gotta tell you folks, if you look up the history of the Honda Goldwing, you know, as I was watching Cruiseman Garage as they were at Southern Honda Power Sports in Tennessee, he met up with a gentleman, I want to say his name is Phil Stein. If I get it wrong, I'll put his actual video up there in the comment section. And he was talking to an 83-year-old gentleman that have over 2 million miles of riding a Goldwing.
2 million miles, and this is his 2023 Goldwing, right? 23?
Yep.
How many miles on this bike?
Just about 194,000.
His most recent one is the 2023 Honda Goldwing with 194,000 miles on it. Trouble-free miles. I think he's got a second generation that he have over 568,000 on. I think to date, that motorcycle might have almost 700,000 miles on it.
My 15 has got 768,000 miles on.
But check him out, guys. A guy that ride over 2 million miles on a Honda Goldwing. Are we going to argue that the Honda Goldwing drivetrain, if nothing else, is bulletproof? You see, innovative, guys. A Honda that shows you during the history of the Honda Goldwing, all of the research and technology that went into studying the Porsche motor, BMWs, when it takes even the American Corsa, Chevy Corsa, all the strenuous testing that they have done to make sure that this Honda Goldwing is ready to face the world through all of the grind and the abuse that it might take. Goldwing, guys, the history of this motorcycle is that it's bulletproof. You know, one of the things we criticize Honda about is how long they hold on to a design. Honda might hold on to this generation until they get this thing right. But you can't argue that when it comes to engines and transmissions, that Honda has made some great engines, from the likes of Formula One down to our small engines. I've done that video before. I'm not going to touch it anymore. But yeah, you know, it's interesting to watch some of the Harley guys. Ride Fit Nation, Cincy goes out, test ride a Honda Goldwing, and it's now making a bunch of Honda Goldwing content, encouraging his Harley Davidson brothers to give it a shot, give it a try. Tell us what you think about the Honda Goldwing. Still the king of kings. Also, a guy, Kelly B. Glyden, another Harley Davidson guy, went out, guys, and was bitten by the bug of the smoothness and the performance. A completely different feeling to anything you're going to feel in a V-twin. Smooth, powerful Honda Goldwing, guys. Get out there, test ride it. But anyway, folks, I'm gonna wrap this video up as I'm heading on home, because at the end of the day, I don't believe there's no thing like the Honda Goldwing. Anyway, guys, I always encourage you guys as we do these videos to get in the parking lot, practice emergency braking and swerving. The experts claim, if nothing else, that's the one tool we should have in our toolbox to help keep us safe out there on the streets. Do the advanced safety classes, guys, the cone courses. It's better that you drop your bike on the cone course or in a parking lot than to crash them out there on the streets. Rich out on Ruby, the 2019 Honda Goldwing. The Goldwing is still king, guys. Thanks for watching. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'm out.